Hello all, Kenny C here, and in today's video we are returning to the fantasy-like town of Lauterbrunnen. You can see a video of my first trip here in 2018 via the link in the description below, but for today we're going to be focusing on the most exciting part of my latest visit, which was the Mürren to Gimmelwald Via Ferrata. Before we get into it, what exactly is a Via Ferrata? In Italian, it means the Iron Way, which sounds a lot more badass than the definition I found on Google, which was a mountain route equipped with fixed ladders, cables and bridges in order to be accessible to climbers and walkers. The trademark feature of a Via Ferrata is that you are always attached to a metal wire that has been fixed in place from start to finish. So provided you follow some very simple instructions, you'll be safely secured at all times. The Via Ferrata in Lauterbrunnen is one of the more famous ones for reasons you'll see shortly. In order to do it, you'll need to make your way to Murren. After getting the cable car to the top of the valley, we opted for the quick and easy option once again and jumped on one of the many stunning alpine trains in the area, which got us there in about 15 minutes. In order to do the Via Ferrata, you'll need the correct equipment. We headed straight to Intersport and rented a helmet and harness for roughly 22 to 26 euros. Now there is an option to have a guide accompany you at an additional cost, but from what we had seen and read online, we were comfortable doing it by ourselves. Once we were all harnessed up, we started to make our way by following some of the signs to the start, which has you walk through this dark tunnel and then the cable begins. At first it may seem a little excessive, but I'm sure that they do it to get you used to the constant process of clipping in and out between the various connection points. If you're renting your equipment from Intersport, then they'll give you a bit of a safety briefing, but the golden rule you need to stick to is ensuring that at least one of your two carabiners is connected to the metal cable the entire time. It's not long till you start encountering the metal bar-like steps drilled into the rock, which is definitely when things start to feel more real. What comes with this are more and more epic views as the level of intensity starts to dial up until you reach what I would say is the most challenging part of the Via Ferrata. At this point, commentary won't really add much to the video, so I will duck out and let the views speak for themselves.
Good job in the city. It's just the boys club up against the cliff. Just a boys club. Just a boys club. Being fun. Just some boys on a hill, just some boys on a very little hill. Some boys on a hill.
If you're still with me and weren't put off by what you've just seen, then keep watching to see what else this Via Ferrata has to offer, and I'll check back in a little later on in the video.
Yeah. His hands. Let me tell you, my class out of control.
Okay, so to close out this video and the Via Ferrata, there is one more obstacle to get through. I'm still standing by what I said earlier in the video, as I think the section where you're clinging on to the side of the cliff is still the most adrenaline pumping part of this route. However, when I posted videos of this suspension bridge on my Instagram at the time, a lot of people found this more unnerving. So let me know in the comments below which makes you either more anxious or excited. Whilst I think the earlier section is more intense, I will say that the bridge definitely is a little awkward to make your way across, but once you do get to the other side, you are just about done. The course finishes at Gimmelwald cable car station, which means you can very easily make your way back to Murren to return the gear you've rented. So some closing thoughts from me before I finish up. If you're watching this video out of sheer curiosity, then of course I hope you've enjoyed. If on the other hand you're planning a trip to Lauterbrunnen or had heard about this famous Via Ferrata and trying to decide whether or not to commit, you should. It was by far the best part of our trip, and whilst I was never the one in the group that needed convincing, my two friends would back that statement up despite initially being very against the idea. And that just about wraps up everything for today's video. Keep an eye out on my channel for more videos of me doing my best to escape the usual 9 to 5, but for now, thanks for watching and I will see you next time.